If you want to avoid being penalized up to $500 per day, make sure you're paying attention. This year in 2024, there is a new reporting requirement for corporations and LLC. You may have heard of it. It is called the BOI, or Beneficial Ownership Information Report. So, if you are an LLC or a corporation, you are considered a reportable company, which means you are required to submit this report. If your business was started before January 1st of 2024, you have until January 1st of 2025 to submit your report. If you start your business within the year 2024, you have 90 days from the day you start your business or your business is officially recognized as an entity to file your report. And if you start your business 2025 or on, you have 30 days from the date your business starts to get this report filed. What is this report? So, this report is literally reporting your business information and the owners, and then whoever registered your business as an entity, usually with the Secretary of State. So, if you are a business that was started before January 1st of 2024, you do not have to report what's called the applicant information. The applicant information is telling who actually went and filed and made that business an entity with the state, usually the Secretary of State. The applicant information can have up to 2 people. So if you are required to submit applicant information, you have to have at least one, which is the direct filer or the person that actually went and registered the entity with the state. But you can have up to one additional person that directed the filing, maybe didn't do it themselves, but had some control over the filing process. So that is the applicant information. But again, if your business was started before January 1st of 2024, you are not required to submit this information with your BOI report. The other information it's going to ask for is the beneficial ownership information, the BOI. And so what they're looking for here is the information about anyone who either has 25% or more ownership of the company or has substantial control over the company. Now, they define substantial control in a couple of bullet points, with the last bullet point being or any other substantial control of the business. So basically, anyone who has control over the entity, even if they maybe aren't a 25% or more owner, should be reported. And there is no maximum number of owners that you can report. So just to recap, applicant information, max of 2, the direct filer, and possibly one other person who had direction or control over the filing. Not required if your business was started before January 1st of 2024. And then the beneficial ownership information, which is going to be any and all people who have 25% or more ownership in the business or substantial control over the business. Now, I do have a list here. So with the reportable company criteria, so again, if you are a corporation or an LLC, you are considered a reportable company, meaning you do have to file a BOI report, but there are 23 exemptions that I couldn't memorize. So those exemptions, if you fall under one of these categories, you may not have to file a BOI report. Securities reporting issuer, governmental authority, bank, credit union, depository institution holding company, money services business, broker or dealer in securities, securities exchange or clearing agency, other Exchange Act registered entity, investment company or investment advisor, venture capital fund advisor, insurance company, state licensed insurance producer, Commodity Exchange Act registered entity, accounting firm, public utility, financial market utility, pooled investment vehicle, tax exempt entity, entity assisting a tax exempt entity, large operating company, subsidiary of certain exempt entities, or an inactive entity. So if you fall into one of those 23 categories, they do provide more information on their website in their guide, but you may not be required to actually report, to file a BOI report. I was going to do a full video tutorial showing people how to do this report online. I personally put it off until now to go ahead and do ours, but it honestly took me only a couple of minutes. They have a checklist as well in their guide that's available online, and you really just need some basic information to get the report filed. So for your business, you need to have the full company name, if there's a DBA, the address, the state that it was formed in. If you are a foreign reporting company, then the state or tribal jurisdiction of first registration, the IRS EIN, and then for each beneficial owner or company applicant, their name, their date of birth, their address, and then some sort of documentation to prove their identity, which can be a passport, a state driver's license, a state ID, or a foreign passport if they don't have any of those. So you really just need some very basic information to do this BOI report. And again, it can be done online and for free in just a few minutes. So again, if you know the information about your business, the name of your business, the DBA, the name, the EIN, where you were registered, that's all you need for your business. And then for your beneficial owner information or company applicants, name, date of birth, address, and a copy of some form of identification that you will upload to their website. And that's it. Unfortunately, if you do not do this, you can be fined up to $500 a day. They can also subject you to imprisonment for up to 10 or 2 years or up to $10,000 in criminal fines. So this is, even though it's very easy to do, it's also very serious if you do not do it. And similar to ERC, we are just seeing a bunch of kind of pop-up BOI reporting companies that are offering to do this for companies. And they're just going to request this information from you and go online and plug it in. And they might charge you, I've seen as much as $450, as little as $75. But again, this is something, unless you have a very complicated business structure or ownership chart, this is something that can be done very, very easily in just a couple of minutes on your computer or even your phone. So, as always, if you have questions, you can drop them below. You can find us online at valorpayrollsolutions.com. But we are really here to support small business owners and make sure they have the information they need so that they're not scammed into paying for a service they don't need, or so that they are not scared of this big report that really isn't big at all. So again, if you are an LLC or a corporation, unless you fall into one of the 23 exempted categories, you do need to get this done, but it's super simple. It can be done in a couple of minutes. I think the hardest part is just getting the identification of your owners if there are multiple, so you can upload that with your form. But otherwise, it is extremely straightforward. And I would encourage you to at least give it a go on your own before paying someone else to do this for you.